All right. Good evening, Mount Vernon. Hope everyone is doing well. Today is Monday, September 22nd, 2025, and this is the City Council work session. Um, so you don't have any presentation scheduled for today, right, clerk? No, all right. We do, Commissioner Rouse, I see that you're here. Did you come to talk about something or are you just hanging out? Sure, you can come up to the mic if you have, okay. All right, we can start with legislation and public works.
Can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay, item number 1, Management Services, Department of Management Services, an ordinance authorizing approval to the mayor to enter into a 1-year support contract with Davenport Group for Broadcom's VMware support services. That's agenda pending. And I just have to have another conversation with Commissioner Perez. Item number 2, Office of the Mayor, an ordinance authorizing city staff to attend the OpenGov Long Island Permitting and Licensing User Group event and approving reimbursement of travel expenses. That's on the agenda. Item number 3, Public Works, Department of Public Works, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a non-binding memorandum of understanding with the Center for Economic and Environmental Partnership. That is on the agenda. Item number 4, Water Department, an ordinance authorizing attendance to the project wet facilitator training. That's on the agenda. Item number 5, Office of the City Clerk, an ordinance authorizing 3 Office of the City Clerk members to attend OpenGov Permitting and Licensing User Group in Huntington, New York on October 1st, 2025. That's on the agenda. Item number 6, City Clerk, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon, New York, honoring Brother George W. Brown for exemplary service and community leadership. That is on the agenda. Item number 7, City Clerk, City Council, a resolution of the City Council, City of Mount Vernon, New York, honoring Brother Curtis R. Nelson Jr. That is on the agenda. And I believe I have an add-on. Item number 22, an ordinance authorizing the temporary street closure of and community event approval for Frenchy Day on Saturday, September 27th, 2025. That is on the agenda pending. I believe we're just waiting for PD on that. If I'm not mistaken, fire department has responded.
No, PD responded, didn't they? Didn't they say they
is it
needed to
PD? I
hire
don't know.
2
I thought it was
officers?
fire department.
No, PD says they need to hire 2 officers. Oh, sorry. Are we talking about number
We're
22?
talking about number 22.
22, yeah. PD, DPW, and FD responded. PD just said that they needed to
Oh, I
provide.
didn't see theirs. Okay. Hire 2 officers. Okay, so that's gonna be on the agenda. Actually, leave it as AP. I just want to go through it. Okay? And that is it, Madam President.
Thank you. Gonna move on to human resources. Councilman Thompson isn't in the building yet. Can his co-chair cover human resources? Oh, okay.
There we go.
Would you like someone to cover yours while you sit down? I believe so.
It looks like we don't. 3. Number 8, Recreation, Department of Recreation, the ordinance authorizing the Department of Recreation to sponsor the annual Pumpkin Fest and carving event at Hartley Park and directing support from the city departments. And that's on the agenda. Item number 9, from Human Resources. City Council and ordinance authorizing the code-naming of the corner of Primrose Avenue and Frederick Place in honor of Stephanie Mills, and that's on the agenda.
Thank you.
I don't have any add-ons. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Thompson. And thank you for your timely, appearance. Just as a note, council members, a policy was shared with you all, around the street renamings. So if you take a look at it, let me know if there's any amendments or anything that you would like to make to it. And if allowed by LPW, it can be an add-on for Wednesday. This is for a policy for street renaming, co-renamings, just lays out the terms moving forward. Okay, so if you get comments to me by tomorrow, I can get it drafted, amended so that we can put it on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again. We're gonna move on to public safety and code.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item number 10, an ordinance to amend legislation regarding building safety inspections currently conducted by the city's third-party consultant. That is agenda pending. I have a question about how these costs match up to other jurisdictions. Item number 11, Department of Buildings, and ordinance authorizing the Department of Buildings in partnership with the Department of Public Safety to host the second annual trunk or treat event is on the agenda. Item number 12, from the Fire Department, and ordinance authorizing a leave of absence without pay for Fire Inspector Taj Bridgers as he serves as a probationary firefighter is on the agenda. Item number 13 from the Fire Department, and ordinance authorizing to accept a fire fleet loaner from the city of Yonkers. That is a agenda pending. Need to just triple check that there's no cost with Commissioner Holt. Item number 14 from Public Safety, and ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding between Westchester County and the city of Mount Vernon to participate in a mutual aid and rapid response plan for the police departments of Westchester County, New York, from July 31st to July 30th, 2030 is on the agenda. And item number 15 is a agenda pending from Public Safety, and ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an addendum agreement with Passport Labs for integrated parking enforcement and mobile payment services. I have to figure out here, was this bid for, or does it have to be bid for? Or does this have to be bidded out? And I have two add-ons. From City Council, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon, New York, honoring Marvin Church for his outstanding leadership and service. And item number 24 from City Council, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon, New York, honoring Dr. Diane K. Williams for her outstanding service and leadership in environmental education and climate justice. Items 23 and 24 are on the agenda. And I believe that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Potteet. Questions for public safety and codes, Councilwoman Gleason?
Yes. Has to do with the pumper. Just give me 1 second.
All right, in the meantime, just a question around, just kidding. Give me a second. The trunk or treat event, why do we have to authorize this? It's on a street that's already closed off. It doesn't mention any funds that are needed for the event. Do we know why this needs to be authorized? Yes,
They actually want to use the cars for a different purpose. They want to dress up the cars.
okay, gotcha.
Madam President,
Councilwoman Gleason?
Corporation Counsel, Assistant Corporation Counsel, did you go through this contract with Yonkers?
Yes,
Okay.
and I will confirm whether or not I don't believe there's a payment due on. That was your question,
Yeah,
right?
I only see that there's $1, but when I'm,
Right. As just a standard saying that we agree to the contract.
it says just for 90 days.
Correct.
Okay, so,
So just to clarify, I mean, are you done with your questions, Councilman?
yeah, go ahead.
To clarify, so you've checked that there's no costs
Right.
to this contract?
I'll check. I believe there isn't any cost.
Right,
but I'll
Councilman
check.
Potteet?
It's $1.
It is? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Can you move it a little bit closer to you? Thank you.
They move? Oh, they do move, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Go to them.
So if it's, item 13, I'd like to change from agenda pending to agenda.
Awesome. Any other questions for public safety and codes? I'm gonna move on to finance and planning.
All right, thank you, Madam President. Number 16, an ordinance authorizing the amendment of ordinance number 16 adopted by the City Council on September 10th, 2025, entitled an ordinance authorizing the refund of taxes paid on an incorrectly assessed property pursuant to RPTL Section 550. This is Hudson Greenwich LLC, 545 South Fulton Avenue. That is on the agenda. All right, number 17, Department of Planning, Community Development, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Mount Vernon adopting a negative declaration and an ordinance amending the city code to enact legislation regarding health clubs and fitness centers in MX1, MVWH, MVWC, NB, DB, CB, LI, and the rest. That's going to be on the agenda. Number 18, Department of Planning and Community Development ordinance authorizing the amendment of Chapter 267 zoning of the Code of City of Mount Vernon to permit and regulate health club fitness centers in all those districts. That's on the agenda as well. Number 19, Planning. Department of Planning and Community Development, an ordinance amending Chapter 267 zoning and Chapter 10 Architectural Review Board of the Municipal Code to extend the expiration of approvals from the city's land use boards from 24 months to 30 months after the issuance of a building permit. That is on the agenda. All right, number 20, Department of Planning and Community Development, an ordinance authorizing the City Council to declare its intention to serve as lead agency on the secret to schedule and hold public hearings to formally consider adoption of the Mount Vernon Comprehensive Plan, Envision Mount Vernon. That is on the agenda. And 21, Department of Planning and Community Development, an ordinance authorizing the Department of Planning and Community Development staff to attend the open gov permitting and licensing user group. That's Huntington, New York, October 1st, 2025. But that is on the agenda. And the two add-ons, right now, this is the first time I'm seeing this, so I'm not sure how, unless co-chair put these on here. Yeah, did you? Yeah, go ahead.
Items number 25 and 26 are from the Economic Development Task Force. I would ask that they are called for, but I would ask council members to please read these and come back to me with any questions you may have, so we can put them on the agenda in early October.
You want me to read them?
No, you can just hold for the call, whatever the decision is. The issue is, have we had attorneys actually draft these? Or did we just take what was given to us and just put it in there? Because they weren't ready as. Yeah, not on, if you look in I legislate, it's attached in there. Look at the staff report.
Oh, the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was, I could let our legislative aid.
We can't hear you if you're
Wayne.
talking to us, Antoinette.
I'm not sure of her title, but Dion of the legal department drafted them.
I'm sorry?
Dion from the legal department
Uh-huh.
drafted them.
So it was basically used from, so we didn't have an attorney look at it, is what I'm saying. It's okay, she's not an attorney.
She's not an attorney, no.
Okay. Yes, I would recommend.
And just for the record, I want to thank Antoinette for trying to push this through. Obviously, this was a little rushed, but not for lack of effort. But again, I'll have a lawyer look at it, and then I'll bring it back in early October.
Yeah, I'd recommend, I began conversations with, Brad about these. So looking into, first of all, I know the tax, we wouldn't be able to do, we would have to ask the state for permission to tax. So if the conversations want to be continued with Brad, I would encourage it, but I already know that the tax we wouldn't be able to do without further steps.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
President, I have a quick question.
Sure.
So, and I know I asked this when, you had mentioned this earlier and I don't remember what you said, so I'm just gonna ask it again. Is there any other municipality doing, this surtax, this retail surtax? And if so, well, you don't have to answer now. I mean, if they are, I'd like to see an example of it, just to read through.
I believe New York City is doing this, but I can follow up. And I believe there are some other jurisdictions, but again, I'll follow up and bring that on Wednesday. We can have that conversation.
Thank you, that's all.
So it's just in summary, it's a tax if you own, for the landlord. If you own any commercial space and you're not operating a business, then you owe the city money.
There you go. The notion behind this is to activate our commercial spaces. And we have landlords that are purposely keeping their spaces vacant to just have write-offs on their taxes to the detriment of the city. And so this legislation serves two purposes. One is to encourage landlords to activate their spaces. However, if they don't take the carrot, then we have a stick by saying, if you just, aren't going to respond to us, aren't going to be helpful, then we will tax you.
All right,
Because you're not even trying to activate your commercial space.
got it.
But again, please, we'll get the legislation out probably within a week. Please read it and come back to me with any questions you may have.
Any other comments, questions, thoughts? Any events, announcements for the remainder of the week? Councilman Potteet?
Thank you. Up until October 25th, you can register to vote in the state of New York. So I encourage anyone listening, and I'll sound like a broken record until October 25th at these meetings. If you're not registered to vote, please, please, please register to vote. Thank you, Council President.
Councilman, if you haven't thought about it, you should hold a voter registry event with a DJ and free food and things like that. I can help get people there.
All right, let's do it.
All right, cool.
It's a good
All
idea.
right. Anyone else? All right.